If you were a professional hitting the road in early 2005, your morning routine involved shoving half a dozen heavy gadgets into a leather briefcase. You needed a thick laptop to run your slide decks. You had a standalone MP3 player for your commute. And you carried a mobile phone strictly for making calls. The mobile market at the time was highly fragmented. Consumers were forced to pick a lane, buying devices built around one specific specialty rather than overall versatility. Major competitors leaned heavily into these rigid hardware silos. Sony Ericsson, for instance, pushed hard into dedicated photography phones, creating devices that looked and acted like digital cameras that just happened to make calls. The idea of true convergence, packing all your professional and entertainment tools into a single device, was widely considered a myth. Mobile processors and batteries simply lacked the power to handle multiple specialized tasks at once. That assumption held until the CeBIT trade show in Germany in March 2005. Samsung unveiled the SGH D600. Their marketing made a bold, direct promise. They had finally achieved true multimedia convergence in a single pocket-sized device. Intrigued, but here is the core paradox of that promise. The D600 was engineered to do the job of a modern computer, yet it was technically a feature phone running a closed proprietary operating system. It was not a smartphone. So how did Samsung conquer the office, the digital camera, and the MP3 player all at once without a smart OS? They did it through pure brute force hardware engineering. The immediate hurdle early phone designers faced was physical space. If you wanted a large screen for viewing media, you had to sacrifice the physical keypad. If you kept the keypad, the screen shrank to the size of a postage stamp. This diagram shows how Samsung's premium slider mechanism bypassed the problem entirely. By layering the screen over a hidden keypad and allowing it to slide upward on a semi-automatic spring, they packed maximum functionality into a highly compact frame weighing just 103 grams. That extra surface area made room for a 2.0-inch QVGA screen. For tech-hungry markets like Sweden, a display capable of pushing 262,000 colors was a massive leap forward in visual quality. But that pixel density was a strict functional requirement. To read small text and render complex menus without eye strain, the screen needed a huge boost in sharpness. Without that specific slider architecture and the resulting screen upgrade, transforming a mobile phone into a functional digital workspace would have been physically impossible. To create that workspace, Samsung integrated a software trick called the Pixel File Viewer. It allowed users to open, pan, and zoom seamlessly through Microsoft Word, Excel, and PDF files natively on the phone. In the rigid corporate environment of 2005, displaying business presentations required hauling around bulky, heavy laptops with poor battery life. Samsung bypassed the laptop entirely with a built-in TV out feature. By plugging a specific analog cable into the phone's charging port, a user could mirror their screen directly to a standard CRT television or a boardroom projector. You could walk into a meeting with just your phone and a cable and run a full PowerPoint presentation. It was the first time a pocket-sized feature phone legitimately threatened to replace a business laptop for specific professional tasks. The D600 was equally aggressive with its entertainment architecture. Tucked safely behind the upper sliding mechanism was a 2-megapixel camera, protected from scratches while resting in your pocket. It did lack autofocus, which made macro photography difficult and sparked fierce debates on tech forums against rival Sony Ericsson models. But the color intensity and contrast held their own. This diagram illustrates how Samsung solved the data storage problem. Holding hundreds of MP3s and 2-megapixel photos would crush the phone's 81 megabytes of internal memory. The solution was a hot-swappable microSD slot, one of the industry's first, supporting cards up to 1 gigabyte. That storage capacity fed directly into a significant advancement in audio. Samsung integrated the A2DP Bluetooth profile, promoting the phone alongside their SBH100 wireless headsets. Users could seamlessly control their playlists and listen to high-quality stereo sound without being tethered to their device. Samsung was providing a wire-free stereo ecosystem years before wireless earbuds became a global standard. When the D600 hit the Swedish market in late 2005, real-world reception validated the hype. Historical consumer reviews from the era show users quickly adopting it as their primary digital tool. While some users left minor gripes about the tight spacing of the physical keypad, those complaints were drowned out by praise for its extreme durability. People reported dropping it in water or onto concrete, only for it to keep working flawlessly. And thanks to the battery endurance of the feature phone era, a single charge lasted for days of moderate use, rather than hours. This reliability kept the D600's resale value remarkably high long after it launched. This enthusiastic public reaction proved a vital point to the tech industry. Consumers were no longer content with disjointed gadgets. They wanted a single, centralized device that could manage their entire digital routine. The Samsung SGH D600 stands as the absolute pinnacle of the feature phone era. By squeezing every conceivable ounce of utility out of this hardware, Samsung conditioned the public to expect their phones to handle business documents, shoot digital photography, and play stereo music, all from a single pocket. The D600 proved that a mass-market audience was ready to pay a premium for high-density screens and professional document support. This successful experiment demonstrated that Convergence was a viable business model, providing the template Samsung would eventually scale for its future smartphone line.